Hi, this is Anthony from Ant's Custom Workshop in Randburg in Johannesburg in South Africa. I'm busy working on a client's NISSAN Patrol TB42 behind me. It's a short wheelbase. It's a carburetor, not a fuel injected version. And I thought, while it's open, let me do a single video and put it online that everybody can see where to put the pipes and how to run the hoses on the vacuum lines and compensator hoses on this thing once and for all. I've done so many drawings, I thought, let me just make a video. Alright, let me flip the camera over and show you. Right, okay, so what I've done is I've just flipped the air cleaner housing up. Obviously that's the carburetor. On the air cleaner housing there are two pipes that need to be connected on this particular version of the Patrol. Is a slightly thicker pipe and a thinner 4mm line. What we got here is the altitude compensator and the lines that go from the compensator to the carburetor. Obviously the carburetor with its idle circuit shut-off solenoid. This one is fitted, as most of them are, with a fast idle circuit vacuum solenoid, which mechanically moves the throttle lever up and down. That is activated by a vacuum solenoid on the firewall. There's the inlet side of vacuum and the outlet side, which runs via impossibly small little vacuum tube that goes to this fast idle canister, but we'll get to that in a minute. It's already connected up to fuel supply. There's one main fuel in. There's a mechanical pump down there. This client has had this car for, I think it's 33 years, and we replaced the mechanical pump about 6 months, maybe a year ago. So that's not too bad for a 33-year-old mechanical pump. He asked if it failed, should have put an electric one in. I said absolutely not. I doubt that there is an electrical one that will last 33 years. There's three. Let's get to the compensator, altitude compensator. There are 4 lines that coming passing through the compensator. 3 smaller ones on top and 1 larger one at the bottom. This larger one at the bottom, pretty simple. That one connects up to the larger pipe on the air filter housing. Very simple. Behind that there's a little heat sensitive valve that opens and closes. Then on the compensator, of the 3 pipes that come out, it's pretty simple. The one on the left goes to the available port on the carburetor on the left. The second one goes to the second available port, and the third one goes in around the side to the third available port. If you get them wrong, it's probably not going to run nicely, especially if you've got the original hoses. These are not original, this is a silicone hose. And on the original ones, you will find on the very first one there's actually a restrictor in the hose. You can actually see a little bump about 2 inches from the end of the hose. Trouble is, these hoses end up cracking and leaking vacuum on all of these things, and then the carb just doesn't run properly. Okay, so that's the compensator hoses done and spoken for. We can move that far out of the way so that we can get to the next thing. Then at the bottom of the carb here, there's what it's actually on the intake manifold, is what I call the little tree. The little tree consists of, it's a pipe that comes out of the intake manifold just underneath the carburetor, and it has 3 little takeoff ports. If only the camera would focus. 3 little takeoff ports. There's this one here, there's another one, a smaller one on the side, and another small little one. This one is blanked off, and they usually usually are blanked off. I had to use a slightly thicker hose because I couldn't get the very thin hose for this, so I've used this port. This port is usually blanked off, and then this port goes to the fast idle circuit. Okay, so the part that's going up, pointing up, connects to this vacuum line, which goes to the small port on the air filter housing. So that's a full manifold vacuum going up there. Then there's another port on the bottom of the carburetor, not on the throttle body. It's actually part of the carburetor. It's a timed manifold vacuum port that comes out and goes into a hard line here on the intake manifold, which runs across to give signal to the vacuum advanced canister on the distributor cap, or the distributor just below the distributor cap. It's a bit dark, you can't see it there, but that's what it's for. All of these things end up, the original ones at this age now, end up cracking and leaking vacuum. So these have all been replaced about 2 or 3 years ago. They're still good. Then the fast idle circuit, one of these little outputs on this little tree down here, I've got coming off, and it takes off, goes up around there, and it goes into the back, could be the front, I don't know how you would refer it, front, back. It goes into this fast idle solenoid, which is triggered by the aircon. And the aircon triggers, it opens a valve, this is receiving, gets full manifold vacuum, and then there's an output side to it, this hose that comes out here. It goes around, you can see I'm wiggling it there, it goes around and into this little actuator, which mechanically pushes the plunger down, which rests on the throttle lever, which increases the idle when the aircon is on. So those are pretty much all of the air supply lines dealt with. Just to cover a couple of other things, that's your air mixture screw. A good starting position is you turn it in softly all the way till it bottoms out. Just be careful, don't screw it in hard, just do it, it's actually thumb screw tight, a spring-loaded thumb screw. And then turn it out about 2.5, 3 turns, and that'll get you a good starting point. And then down the side of the carb in there is the idle adjustment screw. You're looking for an idle of about 600 to 650 RPM. If you open that idle screw too far, then the throttle lever opens too far past the idle transfer slots, and the car starts drawing power out of the main air jets, not the idle jet. So be careful about that. And I think that is more or less it. Oh yes, a lot of cars we see this this rubber seal is damaged, and that needs to make a nice seal against the surface on the top of the carburetor. I hope you find this video helpful. Enjoy your day. Me signing out for Ant's Custom Workshop, Randburg, Johannesburg, South Africa. Enjoy your carby. It's a great little car.